precious metals, base metals, industrial minerals, specialty metals. We view the final product as money.
Well, it's great to have you back with us here today on Mine Stock Talk, Jack. It's been a little while, and you guys had a rockin' 2024. And obviously, we know that your stock is consistently on the uptick, which makes us very, very excited. And we know that right out of the gate in 2025, you've already got a whole lot of stuff going on. So I thought maybe we would start off with the Bell Mountain Gold Royalty property. And one of the questions that I had after I read your news release on it is the significance reported with the pre-tax IRR, the 62 or 63.2%, and then the after-tax IRR of the 59.6. So what is the significance for a shareholder of Globex?
Well, I think that the significance is that we have a gross metal royalty, and with those kinds of numbers, that project is going to be highly profitable. So in my mind, they have no reason not to move forward quickly on that particular project. So good for our shareholders, more money in the bank.
Yeah.
Well, that actually makes these shareholders happy. And again, as Robin just said, we've been watching the stock's been doing great. I don't know, obviously the metals are up, etc., but I guess other shareholders are getting pretty excited about it too.
We're getting a lot of new investors, and people are we're taking the time to do some IR, and like I said, I gave a speech at the 𝐊𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐆 in Vancouver, which was well received, even though it was a 10-minute speech, and we've got 255 projects. I had to make the decision in 10 minutes not to talk about any projects. I just spoke about the business model, and that garnered a fair bit of attention. We had a lot of people that came up to us. Actually, it was the 𝐼𝐍𝐼𝐍 I gave the speech at, and people came up to us at the 𝐊𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐼𝐍 after and at the 𝐼𝐍𝐼𝐍 and complimented on the model and what we were doing. And the room was completely full. I like to think it was because Globex was giving a speech, but I will note that after my speech, which was the last speech of the conference, the bar was a free bar opened. So maybe it's that got a full house. I don't know.
Well, I could tell you, I wish we were there. But again, we'll see at PDAC, right?
Oh, absolutely. We have our traditional booth there. No problem.
That'll be excellent. And so back on the projects, though, and the latest announcement. So the Bell Mountain Gold Royalty Project. I noticed there was a talk about a timeline of construction, or as it's going. What does it look like?
It's basically an open pit heap leach, which are relatively simple. You're not going underground. You're basically quarrying rock and piling it and then covering it with acid or cyanide. So the timeline that they gave is once they complete their financing, 10 months for construction, and then the gold and silver coming out in a period of 4 to 5 months thereafter. So that's pretty fast for the mining industry. It'll give us a nice revenue stream going forward from that project.
So you announced quite a few announcements at the last quarter of last year, and some were new deals. Which ones got you the most excited, would you say, at this point?
Well, you're asking me which one of my children I love the most?
Yeah, basically.
Actually, I love them all, but I particularly like children that earn me money. So the Magoosee option, which we did it's a private company, but they're going public. That's for a base metal project north of Rouyn-Noranda, and that deal it's a 4-year deal with 3.5 million in cash payments, 4 million shares, and $8,350,000 in work. And then at the 4th anniversary, another 2 million shares and $1 million cash at commercial production, adjusted for inflation. We have a 3% gross on that one, 1% purchasable for $2 million. Then starting on the 6th year, a $200,000 a year advanced royalty, which they can recoup from production. So that's a really, really, really nice deal.
Yeah, sweet deal, and in a great location. Once again, you're kind of your favorite area, I think. Would you say?
And that project already has a resource, almost 3 million tons of copper, zinc, silver, gold. It has the roads in, the power's in, the settling pond is there. Even the first 80 meters of the ramp are done. So it's quite an advanced project, and these guys want to take it to production. So I'm really, really happy about that.
Really, really exciting. So people get a feel for this one. What does the cash flow look like at Globex?
Currently, if you look at our cash, we have $30 million in cash and shares, roughly half and half, very roughly. And this year we expect probably like $5 million in revenue. So interesting, because our business model is not to have debt. So we have no debt. So we have cash, we have vendable shares, we have income coming in from various deals, and all of our properties we own outright. So 255 of them, whether they're 106 royalties and the rest are exploration projects, all of them advanced projects, as well as we own real estate. Like we own our offices in Toronto, we own our offices in Rwanda and our core facilities, all of our equipment and so on. It's a bit of a different company. We hate debt. We like owning assets.
Well, that definitely shows when one looks at the performance, and thus the stock doing really well, but it's got a lot of room on the upside, doesn't it? Don't you think?
Your lips to God's ears. Yep.
Okay, that's cool. So what about the project we hear called the Ironwood Gold Zone? And
Ironwood is interesting. It's sort of an anomaly. We have a property called the Central Cadillac Wood, which is on the Cadillac Break near the town of Cadillac, Quebec. Those are two former producers which have exploration potential, but we discovered a zone north of the main Cadillac fault at the nose of an iron formation. Pretty significant. It's small but high grade. So we went in, we decided that we were going to try to define the zone better. So we recently completed 19 drill holes on the zone, 18 of which intersected it. And the idea of the survey was to outline the shape of it, because there's a new mining method called 𝐼𝐸, which basically uses tunneling technology, but instead of horizontal, vertical. And they use this gigantic drill, which can do holes 1.5 meters to 3.5, 4 meters, and go down as deep as, say, 500 meters. And basically what you're doing is you're mining with that drill. The stuff's being crushed and comes to surface. You can just take it to the mill or the smelter, wherever you're going to have it processed. Very, very, very inexpensive. Permitting should be a lot easier because there's no shaft, there's no ramp, there's no underground workings, there's no waste rock to be deposited on the property. So there's a whole bunch of advantages to this methodology. We wanted to see if it applies. So we finished the holes. We're in the process of doing a new resource calculation. It's going to be small, but high grade, but it comes to sub-outcrop. We proved that it comes to sub-outcrop, and we want to see if this methodology can be applied. If it can be applied, we're going to do a deal with 𝐼𝐸, either them as a consultant, or maybe they'll take it on straight for them and giving us a percentage. We'll see. Another source of significant revenue. The previous historical resort, well, not historical, it's NI 43-101, but based on few number of holes, was about 243,000 tons of 17 grams, which is a half an ounce. We expect the tonnage to go up a bit, and the grade, because the price of gold has gone up, well, we can take a lower overall grade and get more ounces. So fingers crossed, we'll see what happens with that.
Wow, pretty exciting one for sure.
Yeah, now just to swing it over to Brunswick Exploration, now that they've begun their new drilling program on 𝐍𝐿𝐻𝐿, and it's a lithium royalty, which is really, really cool because we like the look of lithium, and we're just kind of curious of how the lithium market outlook is influenced, or how would you say it would influence Globex's royalty expectations from that particular project?
Well, the lithium price, as you know, has come down. And the question is that going to be long-term or short-term? The hope is it's going to be short-term. Quebec has a lot of lithium. We did this deal with Brunswick Mining. It was a 5-year deal, cash payments, work, and so on. After the first set of drill holes, they paid us the full 5 years. They loved the results that they got. This is their third drill program on the main area, plus they found another area 4.5 kilometers to the northeast. They're going to be drilling that too. So I'm quite optimistic. We are basically in a sit and wait position. We have their shares. We've received all the cash, and we have a royalty. And again, God willing, that thing goes forward. They come up with more good drill holes, and we end up with another producing royalty.
And obviously, you're happy with management over there.
Absolutely, doing a great job. I mean, how many projects that hit hole after hole, starting with the very first drill hole?
Not many. So the other thing we were noticing that you've made some acquisitions and have been targeting in Arizona and Nevada. And just wondering, so how do you see it now that we have a new government there and another one on the way here probably, but how does all that affect you?
I'd rather not give my opinion of the new government in the US. And we'll see what the one in Canada does, and Quebec. Listen, geology is geology. I'm a geologist. If the rocks are good, if there's mineralization, I'm interested. The properties we've picked up, we had one in Washington State, which is a gold deposit. We went after rare earths and gold in Nevada and Arizona. We picked up projects with, historical mineralization on surface. We've done surface sampling, really, really good results. We intend to go forward with more projects and with these projects. We're already in the process. I got an email from a company this morning wanting the terms of a deal on one of the projects. So we're quite excited about the potential of the US, politics aside.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there a cap on how many projects that you would take under your wing at Globex, or is it kind of an unlimited ceiling?
You know what? The answer is no. We're in a fortunate position is that we have a full-time team of 7 geologists, including myself, and we've actually just hired another one, so it makes us 8. And so we've got a lot of technical know-how. We have money in the bank. We have income. When markets are crappy, we pick up assets cheaply. We work them up, make the value evident, and then do deals when the markets recover. So if an opportunity arises and we're capable, why on earth would we not? So no, there is no limit on what we will do.
And so, Jack, I got to guess that you see the precious metals market, for example, probably doing better by the end of the year.
I'm very, very hopeful. I consider all the crap that's going on in the world. How could it not get better? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
And therefore, that'll help Globex's bottom line a lot, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, which maybe I'm sort of an outlier in the thought, is that if crypto finally self-destructs, because to me it's insanity, greater fool theory. If I'm a fool enough to buy it for $100, you're a bigger fool out there somewhere. It's going to pay $110 for it. So there's no substance and there's no control of the number. There are hundreds of cryptos. The biggest one is Bitcoins, but there are hundreds of them. And it's just ridiculous. So at some point, reality has to take hold. And when that does, then I think the shift is going to go massively towards precious metals. Fingers crossed.
And so obviously you're positioning yourself as you have over time, but as we go forward, to be deeply involved in the precious metals.
Precious metals, base metals, industrial minerals, specialty metals. We view the final product as money. I don't care what it comes from, right?
Yeah.
When you're going to buy bread at the store, they don't say, did you get that money from gold, or did you get that money from copper, or from dolomite, or from talc?
They don't ask.
They don't ask. So final product money, let's just make some damn money for our shareholders.
So I wonder, the other thing I think about a company as diverse as yours, with so many fingers out and many pies, I wonder if AI will have much effect on you, given that all those companies and that should have a good tech to work with and get an advantage out of it.
Well, I mean, AI, theoretically, we can apply it to help us better explore, but basically it's only as good as the input, really. Yeah, we're hoping that maybe AI, rather than thinking only about its applications towards exploration, is that investors and brokers and so on, funds, use AI to spot undervalued assets and companies. And if they do that, they use it for that, I mean, we should shine on that.
Seeking the inside track on Globex? Look no further than minestalkers.com. Our cutting-edge search tool is not only designed to reveal hidden gems, but also provides real-time stock updates. Visit for the insights and stay for the gains. Seize the opportunity and explore the magic at minestalkers.com. Uncover new investment possibilities today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's get the word out there.